For decades, Dolly Parton has been America's symbol of kindness. The woman with the big hair, the bigger heart, and the reputation of never holding a grudge. She laughed off insults, turned pain into poetry, and smiled through every storm. But that image, while true, was never complete, because behind Dolly's warmth lived a quiet strength and a long memory. She didn't seek revenge. She didn't expose people. She simply remembered. And now, late in her life, the stories behind those memories finally feel clearer. One of the deepest moments came with Elvis Presley. In the early 70s, Elvis wanted to record "I Will Always Love You." For Dolly, it felt like a dream. Elvis was the king, but the dream collapsed when his manager demanded half of the publishing rights. Dolly knew what that meant. That song wasn't just music, it was her independence, her future. Saying no broke her heart. She cried all night, knowing she'd likely never get another chance like it. Elvis never recorded the song. They never truly crossed paths again. Dolly won artistically and financially, but emotionally, the cost lingered. She admired him forever, but she never forgot the silence that followed. Years later, Whitney Houston's voice carried that same song into history. The world fell in love with it all over again, but many forgot who wrote it. Dolly handled it with grace, but that doesn't mean it didn't sting. Imagine creating something from heartbreak, only to watch it become so famous that your name disappears from the story. Dolly never complained. She honored Whitney until the day she died. Still, the shadow was real. Admiration and erasure can exist at the same time. Before either of them, there was Porter Wagoner, the man who gave Dolly her start and then tried to hold her back. He helped shape her career, but he also tried to control it. When she chose freedom, he responded with a lawsuit. That betrayal cut deeply. "I Will Always Love You" was her goodbye to him. Gentle, loving, but final. They eventually reconciled, but the lesson stayed with her forever. Opportunity can turn into ownership if you're not careful. Not all wounds were dramatic. Some were slow burns. Working with Linda Ronstadt tested Dolly's patience. Their musical chemistry was magic, but their personalities clashed. Perfection versus instinct. Precision versus feeling. They respected each other, but something cooled. The harmony lived on record, not always in the room. Even family love wasn't without tension. As Miley Cyrus reinvented herself, Dolly stood nearby, supportive but concerned. She defended Miley publicly, corrected her privately, and worried quietly. Their bond survived because it was rooted in love, not agreement. And finally, there were the critics. One careless comment from a respected musician dismissing Dolly's songwriting struck a nerve. She didn't respond. She never does. Silence has always been her sharpest weapon. Dolly Parton didn't build her legacy by fighting back. She built it by moving forward. Every disappointment became a song. Every betrayal became fuel. She didn't forget, but she transformed. That's the truth behind the smile.